What's up, everybody? Kevykev back for another show. This guest here, you can say he put the T in talent, all right? He is a singer, performer, does it all from R&B, gospel, tenor hip hop. Hey, he can do country. He can do it all. So he's just truly what we call an E. That's right, the E for entertainer. So we want to welcome to the show now, JRdot. JR, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, man. So man, tell us about what's been going on with your career. I know you've been on the West Coast. Tell us about everything that's going on with you. How you got started?
Well, I got started in St. Louis.
Okay.
In East St. Louis, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I've been singing since I was 8 years old. My first grade teacher third grade teacher found out that I could sing.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, my mama told me that day when I got in the car that I sounded terrible. And she thought that the lady was trying to embarrass her. So I ended up performing at this big old fashion show. And before you know it, my mama told everybody around that, hey, my son they're trying to embarrass me. He sounds like crap. I don't know what I sounded like that day, but when I performed that day, the world opened up and my mama found out I could sing too, and they looked at her like she was crazy.
And this all started at the age of 8.
8 years old.
In the third grade.
Yeah.
And then from then you just continue to take it on, taking music lessons,
Yeah.
just working.
Yep. I ended up going to Central Vision Performing Arts at high school.
Okay, of course.
And studying theater.
All right.
And that's when I began to develop my pen game and really just like took it seriously to the point where I would skip class. The teachers would let me skip class to write for a particular artist. Her name was Anye in the school. So I spent time in class writing, and before I knew it, people thought I was a little crazy in college because I walked around with a notepad because I was always writing songs, just continuing to write to just develop my craft and be as best as I could at it.
Wow, writing songs
Yes, sir.
and performing. And it's safe to say you cover many genres.
Yeah, everything, man. I've done gospel. You know what? I haven't done a country song yet, but I've done EDM, gospel, R&B, hip hop, Afro beats, just about everything other than country.
Yeah. I know, and you've got a show coming up here, and
Yeah.
we're going to see a mix of all this diverse talent that you have.
Absolutely, you're gonna see a bunch of stuff that most people aren't doing today. I don't sing over my tracks, over my voice. I sing live when I'm singing live, even if it's backing tracks. Like the pros do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting show, and I'm so thankful to the Lord for the opportunity to perform in front of my friends and my family. To me, this is the biggest show of my life. It's the first time I've been home in 15 years, and children that weren't even born when I was here doing my thing are gonna be able to see me perform.
And you and I talked about this. There's something about coming home, because home is your toughest critic, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. About what's that going to be like for you coming home? It's been 15 years, like you said.
Well, home could be your toughest critic, except God blessed me with the gift to make people happy when they hear my music.
Okay.
So instead of getting criticism, I've received nothing but love.
Okay.
I hear a lot of people say that people hate on them, where they're from and all of that, but I can't say that. Mm-hmm. I can truly, really say that the people around me support me, and they've supported me my whole life, and I've got nothing but love and respect and support from the people in East St. Louis and St. Louis.
JR, you've got a new single out. It's called No Chaser. When I hear that, a lot of thoughts come to mind. Tell us about No Chaser.
Well, No Chaser is a double entendre. The purpose of the song was to talk about how we shouldn't chase women, chase the money because the women are coming. But also the fact that when we meet women, a lot of times they have a filter on.
Okay.
Of some sort, either it's online and it's a filter, or in person it's 1,000 pounds of makeup, or they done got some work done. And so, I just wanted to talk about how I like my girl with no chaser.
No chaser.
I like her to come to me as she is.
Okay. It's funny. You fast forward maybe 25 or 30 years, You say no chaser. I think LL said around the way. Right? So
Yeah.
but I think the whole meaning is that you want everybody natural, not to put on any airs or fronts. You want them to be who they are.
Just be who you are when you come to me. That's
Okay.
all.
And it's an outstanding song. A lot of you get a lot of different ranges and tones in the song, and I really think that is really unique about it. Let me ask you this: when you're performing and people, we always in the music, we're always making comparisons. We say, you know, he kind of sounds like him, or it reminds me of him. What do you hear when people talk about JRdot? What do you hear?
Sometimes people say I sound like Mario. There are other times when they compare me to T-Pain, Akon. Before, people that know my music and know what I stand for and know the history of me compare me to Lauryn Hill. They say I'm the male version of Lauryn Hill because of my ability to sing, but also with bars and rap and be poetic with it. You know?
Okay. Now you said what I stand for. Tell everybody what is JRdot. And by the way, it's don't forget the dot.
Yes, sir.
The
Don't
DOT.
forget the dot.
Don't forget the dot.
Yeah.
What do you stand for?
Well, I stand for truth in music.
Okay.
You know, way before this Hawk Tour lady not created, but stole my stuff and made it something that it shouldn't be. I created a genre of music called Hawk Tour spitting. It is the art of writing music for the positive mind, so that the mind and spirit becomes one and has a positive influence on society. This was, oh my God, 20 years ago now, but it basically stands for truth in music. You know, it sounds like poetry to the acoustic guitar, but then it developed into something else, and it's just blossomed since. You know,
Truth in music.
yes, sir.
Okay. You've actually had a project, and this project was called 100 Songs in 100 Days.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not a musician, but to me, that's got to be insane. That's crazy. 100 songs in 100 days. You're producing a song a day.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that, what that entails.
So a good friend of mine told me a long time ago to get all the equipment and be able to record at home. You know, because I don't know when the opportunity will come where someone may want me to be a writer for an artist. And so I set out to get a publishing deal and to just be ready for any opportunity that came. And so I decided to get all the equipment, and the thought was I'll record 100 songs in 100 days, so that this catalog would be so big and so magnificent that when an opportunity arises, I'll be ready for it. No matter the genre, no matter the project, I have a song for it. So I set out and did it, and I woke up every day and I got to it. God blessed me with the ability to come up with words and melody at a very quick pace. So if I hear a beat, I can make a song immediately.
Okay.
I don't even write it down. I never wrote none of these songs down.
So these 100, these are in your vault. So these 100 songs, right? They're from various genres. It's R&B, it's hip hop. Tell me what is it? A mixture? What is?
It's a mixture of everything, man. I did my first EDM song during that time, which was so fun. I did a couple Afrobeats records, which was really, really amazing.
Somebody that know what EDM and what's an EDM?
A house music. House music. Know, but this song sounds like one that would be played at a rave.
Okay.
You know, yeah. Yeah. It was fun. The producer, he works out at the gym with me, and when I sent him the song, he said, "Man, you sound like Kanye West on this song, man." So I dabbled into that. The Afrobeats was fun. I actually desire to do an Afrobeats album now, or collaborations with Afrobeats artists after doing a couple Afrobeat songs. It did something to me, man. It was fun.
And let me ask you this too. I know you spend a lot of time on the West Coast, and there's certain vibes, certain flavor. Would you think when you come back home to the Midwest, the music here, St. Louis, East St. Louis, is it the same? In other words, I guess I'm saying, if it's good out west, it's going to be good here. It's going to be good on the East Coast.
I think that in music, our opinions of what the music sounds like, if it's good or not, is up to us, you know, because man, they play songs in. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me start over. Ask me the question again.
Does it matter that you develop your music on the West and you're coming back here?
Right.
Does the music is good no matter which part of the country or world where it's made? Music is music, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think that music is music.
Okay.
And no matter where you're from, middle C sounds the same.
Okay.
You know, so if it's good, no matter where you been or where you from, you gonna vibe to it if it's good. Think about this. There are songs in genres that we're not interested in that we've come to like, you know?
Okay.
So I have no worries about bringing music from the West Coast to Midwest. I grew up in the Midwest, and you know, St. Louis is a melting pot of a lot of different genres and a lot of different places. St. Louis has a unique sound that comes from a lot of different places. So I think I fall into that category, and so I could go to any city and do what they do or what I do.
Most challenging part of being a musical artist like yourself?
The most challenging part of being a musical artist is when I realized that the music industry does not care about how talented you are.
Okay.
It's more about politics. On top of politics, it's more about social media now. So that's the most challenging, because I'm not really the type that wants to share everything I'm doing at the time that I'm doing it for privacy purposes. But the world we live in today is so fast. We're not able to do the things that we did back in the day, you know?
So are you saying that you have to keep posting on social media?
You do.
You gotta stay effective. You gotta stay visual. You gotta stay pertinent on social media.
Yeah, it's almost as if the music is secondary to this character that you created online. That's the most challenging, because I spent my whole life crafting the gifts of music, and in the music industry, they are secondary to this new style of living the way that we do, and you know how fast life moves with this cell phone in our hand nowadays, you know?
All right, one final question for JRdot. Don't forget the dot. This question for you. What do you see JRdot, let's say 10 years from now? What do you see us doing musically? What do you see?
10 years from now, I hope to have made a mark on the music industry as a songwriter, winning a Grammy, and just continuing to enjoy my life. I feel like I'm already living the dream, brother. I live in Los Angeles, where people vacate to be. You know, they go on vacation in LA, and I live there.
Okay.
I'm performing all over the country, in other countries. So I'm already living the dream. So in 10 years from now, I hope to have made my mark on the music industry as a songwriter.
And if people want to stay up to date, follow up with JRdot, don't forget the dot. How do they connect up with
All
you?
they got to do is go to JRdotmusic.com, man. JRdotmusic.com.
JR.music.com. Don't forget the dot, everybody. JRdot. Thanks so much for being with us, and continued success to you, man.
Yes, sir.
We proud to say you belong to us here
Absolutely.
in East St. Louis. St. Louis, you belong to us here in the Midwest.
Yes, sir.
And so we gonna claim you.
Yes, sir. As you
All right.
should.
As we should. All right. That is JRdot. Thanks for being with us on the show.